Hello, startups and entrepreneurs. Now we are going to meet TOPIQ.Ai.
Hi, I'm Ashutosh and I'm a software engineer at TOPIQ.Ai and we are a 3-year-old startup.
Hi everyone, I am Deepak. I am a lead data scientist at Topic. So we works on putting the AI solutions into your basic text-based search. More than 3 years of experience building data science solutions for the e-commerce platforms.
This is a plugin for e-commerce platform. This is not exactly e-commerce because it helps e-commerce platform improve their search relevancy. I mean, customers are not able to engage properly on the platforms. This is what we have seen on few of the e-commerce platforms. Some of the big giants have already figured out how to improve their search, but the problem is they have not exposed their ideas to the outer world. They are not letting other organizations take advantage of their technology. So that is what we have built, and we are allowing other people, other organizations to take advantage of the technology that big companies are using. So that is what the idea is.
So what is the use and purpose of using this plugin?
So let's start from what problem you are trying to solve. So when you go to any offline store, you will exactly tell the seller that what you want, what kind of product you are looking for, and he will only show you the product that you are looking for. But when you go to any online store, you only have the text. User will give you some text, and now it's up to your platform that you will need to understand what the user is looking for using that text. So you'll only have that text, and using that text only, you need to show the relevant result to the user so that you can convert that user to increase or boost your revenue. So many sites have built the text-based search, but text-based search don't usually work in all the cases because in a lot of cases there will be some intent the user will be looking for. There will be some past interaction that user might have done with your platform. So merging those things, and then we it takes intent of the user into account and the user interaction, past interaction that the user has done with our platform, and based on that we show the personalized result to the users to make sure that user get the right set of results when he comes to our platform.
That's nice. So your plugin is like other plugins we can easily download and immediately we can install in our browsers, or it should be installed in the websites?
It's not kind of a plugin. It's a kind of a solution. So we take the data of the e-commerce site first, whichever e-commerce we are building it, we'll take the data of the e-commerce first. Then we'll give the endpoints to that e-commerce so that they can plug it with their UI. It's as simple as that. It takes around 4 to 6 weeks. It's not just 1 or 2 day process. We process the data first, we build our AI models using that, and then we provide the search endpoints to the platform.
If a company is building a new e-commerce site, they won't have the user data, no? They will have only their features, that's it. So how you will build that plugins for them?
So in other than that, if the client doesn't have any intelligent data like the user data, we also have our domain base where we have built the knowledge graphs and all using the other competitor side data in the open source data. So we use the data to put intelligence into the client's data also, because if the client is in jewelry, if the client is in home space, we can easily get the same space data from the e-commerce site, and we can build the intelligence out of that. So even if client doesn't have any user data in the past interaction, we just take the catalog data of the client, means all the products and their attributes, and we take the domain data and we just merge it and put intelligence using the domain-based data.
Coming on to the question that you said, how do they integrate it? So we have provided SDKs for the platforms to integrate easily. So we have API endpoints which can be used for data ingestion and to give the search query. So they give us the search query and we then give back them the results. So it is as simple as that. So the integration process is easy, but the whole process still takes around 4 weeks of time to understand their data properly and come up with, if there is any need for custom solution, we can have that as well.
How affordable it is for startups?
It depends on your data and on the traffic volume that you have. If you have very low traffic and your data is also very low, it will be affordable. It will be very affordable for you. And we provide, as you mentioned, we provide custom solution also to the bigger e-commerce. If you have a lot of traffic incoming and you have a lot of user interaction data and a big catalog, then we can provide a custom solution for that. The rates will be slightly higher than that for that customized solution.
So now we are discussing only of the product. So in e-commerce, so there are service providers also in e-commerce platform. So do you provide search solution for service e-commerce platforms also?
Yeah, it will definitely work for other service-based e-commerce also. Yeah, so it's a kind of the same. Search is same everywhere. You will have some data and you will have some results. So our product will out of the works will work for the other use cases also.
That's great. So what about the security features? For example, you people are going to install your product in e-commerce websites. So what about their data? You will be having access or not?
So it goes like, since this is a SaaS platform, they always have to provide their data, because without their data, we cannot, enable search on their platform. So there are two things. One is SaaS platform, one is enterprise version. We work for, we do both. So in enterprise version, we work on the client side itself, for the data that they have. But for SaaS platform, we have to get the data on our end in order to enable other services. So data has always to come from the client. Without that, it's not possible. So the primary thing that is required is the product catalog. So the product, all the products that they have in their inventory, those are the primary thing that is required. Other than that, if we want to enable personalization and recommendations on the website, so that has to be dependent on the user's past behavior. What has user purchased? But that still doesn't include their personal information. It is just a record where companies can store that record, and they usually do it. That who has purchased which item or who was looking into which item. So that data is what we need. We don't require any personal information. So that email and all, I think that is not required at all. Yes.
So that's great. So you have a one-time purchase model or a subscription model, or AMC is involved if one-time purchase is done?
It's a subscription-based model. We charge clients number of requests, search requests that they are getting. According to that, we charge. It is fixed for all the clients. We charge some initial amount to set it up search. Then after that, it will be per request.
That's great. So what is the mission of TOPIQ.Ai?
So there are many smaller startups, many smaller e-commerce that can't afford their in-house team for the search. Search is a very complex problem. So not all companies can afford the in-house team. So that's why we're providing the plug-and-play search solution to them, so that they can easily maintain their search with our product and boost their revenue. So they don't need to maintain their in-house team and spend a lot of money on that.
Actually, usually what happens is from our research, we came to know that companies take around 1 year to make their search, build their search platform, and even the capital is very high for that. And the problem is, we believe it or not, but search is always a challenge in e-commerce, right? So while building an e-commerce platform, we tend to focus more on the other aspects, and we end up building a very rudimentary search for our platforms, which affects the customer's experience, directly. So that is what we have figured out. We have covered all the cases, that can be possible, that can be, helpful for improving the user's experience. And since we have been working, our founders have been working past a decade or so in for building search solutions only. And that is why they came up with this idea. Since in the past we have built it for some of the big tech giants as well, some of the big e-commerce platforms. And later on we realized that this is something that is required by all the e-commerce platforms, right? Not just the big e-commerce companies. So that is why we came up with the SaaS platform, so that we could provide the same experience to other customers as well.
Hi, startups and entrepreneurs. The TOPIQ.Ai have come up with a unique solution. You can approach TOPIQ.Ai. Together we grow. Thank you.